All right, welcome to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. We are here with the CEO of Soulful Illusions?
Yeah, I guess that's what I would be. Yeah, owner, CEO, yeah.
And Kayla, did I say that right?
Yeah.
And say your last name for the audience. Roy, are you listening, Roy? This is how you say her last name.
It's Kalak.
Kalak. Both of you come from a photography background. Just talk about how you guys got started with photography, then we'll roll into Soulful Illusions.
Okay, yeah, for sure. You want to go first? I'll let Kayla go first.
Okay, so in high school I was on yearbook, and so like I was basically the photographer. That's how I got into it. But I actually was a vet tech before I started doing photos full time, and yeah, and I just kind of got into it just because sports, like high school sports.
You were
like,
taking pictures in high school sports,
yeah.
And then that got you.
And then I started taking pictures more so as a hobby. And then like when I went to college, the first time I was actually a vet tech for like 6 years. And then I got back into photography, and then I started going to school for photography, and now that's what I do.
Well,
which is how we linked up.
What's your favorite type of photography? So you did more like action stuff at the beginning?
My favorite photography is probably concerts and events.
Okay.
I love shooting concerts. I shoot a lot of concerts.
See, live events make me nervous because one time I filmed a wedding and I almost missed a kiss.
Oof.
And ever since then, I never went to film a wedding ever again because I was so scared.
Want to start with filming a wedding?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. I don't photograph weddings anymore, but just because you can't repeat that day.
Yeah.
You miss something, then you missed it.
Like I'm shooting my sister's wedding next month, and I am so nervous.
Because you got to live, like, she's your family for forever.
She's my family.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you a horror story, and this still comes up 20 years after I filmed my sister's wedding 20 years ago. I forgot to turn the audio on. And I hear about it every Christmas. It comes up.
Oh my god!
It's been 20 years.
Every Christmas.
Every Christmas.
Tell her it was your take on Chaplin.
Oh
I was going to like just go back and edit it as a joke and redub it, kind of like with like
with voiceovers,
with subtitles. But that was like my worst experience ever. And that's me first starting out. That I didn't realize you had to turn this old school cameras. You had to turn the audio. I didn't know, guys.
Oh yeah,
I still
it
hear
happens.
About it. I still hear about it. So I'm hoping everything goes good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
If you're video and turn the audio on, is what he's saying.
Yeah. How did you, now with your photography? How did you get started?
So I'm a little bit older than Kayla, so I've got a little bit longer history. But so I actually, I really, growing up in high school, all through college, I had just a passion for the arts in general. Like I was in show choir and did choir performances and loved to sing, and that was kind of my thing. And then I really just kind of got into the photography aspect from that, having to take pictures and for flyers and whatever for advertisements. So I did some just simple lighting and composite type classes in college, but then my focus was marketing and management, which is what I have a degree in, and so I became a mom and. It kind of went by the wayside. So I went for lots of years, not realizing that was really, really my passion until probably about 2017, I guess was the year that I really dug back in and
now,
have been doing
we're
ever
probably
since.
the same age. I'm thinking you may be a little younger than me, but I remember taking film class, like photography film in college.
Yeah, so I did not take the class, but that was a class offered where processing film and all that good stuff. In a dark room, and do they offer it still?
Yeah, they offer it at Webster still.
Okay.
It's
they do?
They call it Photo 1. So Photo 1 is film. You learn how to develop film. And then you go on to Photo 2, which is digital. And then there's like digital photography, which is like the editing and all this other stuff that they do.
Oh.
Yeah, see,
but it was like really cool, and you can even like on your own time, like you can like rent out the darkroom area.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's like $35 extra a month. It might be $50 now.
That's something I regret never learning. That is like, I mean, I really would love to learn to do that.
It's a process.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, learning like film photography, you only have like 35 pictures in each roll, right? So it's like you have to really make sure that this is a good photo, everything's good, then snap it.
Yep.
Now when I take photos, I'm just like
right, because you'll get one. It won't be good.
I'll just spray people with it.
Won't be good.
Yeah. So then you were a mom, and then what made you decide to open up the Soulful Illusion Studios? Because it used to be downtown.
Yep.
Was that the first location?
That was the first location. So hopefully I get through this story without being a big crybaby. But so I met a girl. My husband and I work and do haunted house stuff. So we met a girl. Her name was Kaylee Priskew, and beautiful girl. Like, she's one of those people where she walks in a room and she just kind of is just drop dead gorgeous, and you think to yourself, she should definitely be modeling, or she should be doing something along the sorts. And once I got to know her a lot, she had a super rough, like, life, I guess. She was high school girls is really all I'm going to say, and you can kind of take it from there. And so she was just dealing with a lot of stuff that you never would have known until you really got to know her. And so in a conversation, she expressed to me that I've always had a dream. And she thought it was a stupid comment when she said it. She's like, I've always had a dream to be a model. And I was like, well, yeah, you totally should be. And I have this camera at home. I haven't used it in years. I'll take some pictures for you, and if you like it, then whatever. And I knew some people that ran a local MMA promo and fights. So they needed ring girls, and they had a spot open. And so I just kind of made, connected her with some people, and she just hit the floor running immediately. So we did our first shoot in January of 2017. And I delivered her first photo, and her comment to me was, "Oh my gosh, you made me look so pretty." And I was like, gosh, I didn't do anything. Like, now that I look at the photo, I'm like, it's kind of grainy, and it's really kind of a crap photo. And I didn't really edit anything. I maybe did like some hazing and some, crazy stuff, but it was all her. And so that just kind of made me realize that I really like that. I just like making people see, maybe what they don't see about themselves. So, as soon as that happened, it just kind of evolved from there.
And then you started taking pictures of
other people around. And then I really didn't jump full time until after Kaylee's accident. So I shot with Kaylee the very first time in January, and she was killed in a car accident in April. And so,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So my company is kind of, that literally was the basis of the company was her. And I really didn't do it full time until after she passed. And I kind of felt guilty at first, because she was the start of my company. She was the reason that I, got back into it. And, but her family was very supportive, and they just came to me and talked to me about how just those 3 months they could see a difference in her confidence and her attitude, and she was living life and being happy and not, crying and not worrying about what everyone thought about her. So that felt good. So they encouraged it, and if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have continued. I don't think I probably would have. But just having them, hearing that from them, just kind of solidified everything that I felt when I first did it. But,
yeah, well, it takes a lot to just to get your own space. That's a huge leap.
So I got my own space in that same year by September. So it was, that was a scary jump.
That.
And it was just me then, so at that point I didn't lease my space to other photographers. That wasn't was not on my spectrum or on my radar, at all. I just wanted to take pictures. That's all I wanted to do. And so I got the space. It was 750 square feet of space. It was cheap enough that I knew I could afford the rent, even if I wasn't, making it full time with photography. I could still afford the overhead, and great building downtown, and great amenities and perks. And
yeah, it was a nice building.
Yeah, the rooftop was great. That was probably my favorite part.
Cool.
Yeah,
the rooftop was.
I think that's what everybody misses. Since we moved into the new space, is probably the rooftop.
I did like the rooftop.
It makes me sad I didn't get to experience
it.
It
was cool.
No, I just came on just a few months ago.
I think I got pictures of it on the website.
Let's see if it's, I only got the new stuff, which we'll go into the new stuff here.
Yeah, so if you go on the website, I think on the history page, you'll see some of those pictures of that very first space. Yeah. So that's
there's some of the
that's the picture right there. That was our last shoot together. Was at the end of March, that one. But yeah, keep scrolling down. You're good.
Oh, down. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was the top of the roof right there.
Yep. That was a penthouse, and then Yeah, that little bitty space.
I think
And then that was the first floor space.
Yeah.
So we were on that fifth floor space for a full year. And it kind of worked out. We were outgrowing it anyway. I had a studio roomie. I was sharing and splitting everything at that point with Gene Starkweather. Mm-hmm. He owns Stark Boudoir. Amazing boudoir photographer. I'll be honest with you, I really, really learned a lot of hands-on stuff with him, and I owe a lot of stuff that I learned as far as studio lighting goes to that guy. Like, he really, when we shared our space, he was constantly willing to, come down and learn with me and just practice with me. And so that was tremendously helpful for me, just having that hands-on. So shout out to Gene. He's great. But yeah, the owner was trying to get, another tenant or something needed extra space. So he's like, hey, I got this big space downstairs. And I was like, it's convenient because I need more space. So we moved downstairs.
When did you come to the point where it's like you saw these other photographers you were working with that they needed space as well, but they couldn't afford to make that leap like you did?
Yeah. So, I mean, even before I think I got into that space, I saw that, but I didn't really focus on it. But, the fact that, photography is hard to make full time, and it's hard to make it where you are making an income that makes sense to pay for a space.
Right.
If it doesn't make sense to pay for a space if the income is not supporting that. So, and doing photography is just really hard because cameras are easy to come by, and everybody's got a camera and.
Well, that and everybody has that nice smartphone now,
yes,
so everybody thinks they can
iPhone. Yeah, for sure.
Thinks they can be a professional photographer.
Instagram models. Yeah, exactly.
Until they try to blow it up, and then are like, I actually need a photographer for this.
Yeah, true story. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so it was making that leap for me full time, and then I saw as I got into this space and started sharing, practice sessions and events and things that I was doing, people just reaching out, and trying to rent the space. And it wasn't something I was, willing to offer at that point. But then I started to slowly get into it, and yeah, it worked out. I never, like I said in the beginning, I never intended for it to be what it is now. That was never on my radar when I very, very first started. But
I don't know if there's many other studios that are doing what you're doing with you have the different tenants, right? I can't think of
so ones. Memberships, so memberships. we offer, and I started that at my old place right before, space before we moved here. And does that sound like thunder?
It's a big plane.
Oh, okay, that's right. You're by the airport. I'm like, is it thundering? So yeah, I started doing memberships once I got into that bigger space. Of course, with bigger space comes bigger bills, and then of course I had photographers that were wanting to rent the space, but it was hard for me to rent the space. I'm still a mom and busy mom at that. Our kids play competitive sports, so we're just always busy and do haunted house stuff. So it was hard for me to rent the space and be there. You got to be there to unlock, and you got to be there to clean up, and you got to be there to lock up afterwards. And so it just made sense for me to offer these monthly memberships where, okay, maybe this photographer is not able to pay, this huge chunk of rent every month, but they can pay this membership and have it where it's month to month thing where if it doesn't work out, then, it's no hard feelings. And you may, and I've had people leave and then come back, a couple of months later and decide that they need space again. And so those are all perks of having the membership. So
yeah, I think that's really nice what you do, because a lot of people would want you to lock in for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
But you've been very kind to, if something happens, because you know how the photography business is. Sometimes you're really busy.
Yes.
Like there's those busy seasons, and sometimes it's,
it's dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
Whoops, sorry.
So you're good.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I saw, and that's the reason I think more than anything why I just did it month to month. It made more sense, and for me, I come from that photography background, so I understood. So it just made more sense to do it that way. But I do offer now that we're in our new space, I offer quite a bit more with a membership as opposed to what you got when we first started out.
Which we're gonna jump into right now. Then we'll get into your photography and then everybody's stuff. We'll talk about everybody. I'm sorry, but so. What? Because this to me was like a huge leap, because you had the studio down there. You were just doing primary photography. You had like video people, like maybe me come in once in a while.
Yeah.
But what, like, because this space you have now is like 3-4 times the size.
At least,
it's
yeah.
huge.
At least, yeah.
What made you decide, like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump into this.
Jumping all in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really have to give the credit and the idea. I was filming a promo video with Chevy with Rebellious
Chevy Martin, yes.
with Rebellious Productions, and I already had in the back of my head that I was going to do this expansion. I did not, have it slotted to be so big, but I already knew that I was at a point with memberships, with my business photography wise personally, and then the studio business, it was just really starting to take off on its own. And so I'd already planned to do some sort of an expansion. My passion is to get into doing things like the model boot camps and offering the photography education and things like that in-house. So those were all things slotted and already planned. And then, he just brought the brilliant idea to me, and we talked about the need for production, production studios, and the space. We really fell into the space, and so the space really ended up laying out everything for us that we needed, and we were really able to just make it a all-in-one stop, for artists and creative people.
So now the studio offers audio production, audio engineering. You got Roy Bruschetto there. You have photography, video. There's like a lot more rooms, so there's a lot more to offer with like the backdrops.
And we have some. Of course, Kayla's been doing lots of painting, but
yes, you have.
And we have some art students as well. Shout out to Shariah. Shariah also has painted a couple of walls for us, and they are just doing some different, unique backgrounds, and we're trying to bring in workshops and events, and the space is big enough that people of all creative genres can gather under one roof and still kind of be creative in their own space. So it's really nice.
I was trying to look up that video that Shane did, the little tours, so we can kind of show it to the audience. How did you get involved? Well, I'm looking this up. How did you meet Brandy?
It's actually very weird and very short. I was looking for an internship with the school, and I just posted it in this photo group on Facebook, and Brandy replied. I'm like, oh, she looks like she'd be fun to work with. And next thing you know, I'm the intern.
And that's it?
And that was it. Next thing you know, we started doing the paperwork for my internship, and now I'm hired on.
So where did you go to school?
Webster. I'm still I have one more class left this semester.
So you're a Webster student, and so then what did you think when you first walked into the studio and you saw?
It was a lot to take in because it was a big building.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's in Maryland Heights. I didn't expect it to be like an industrial building.
Yeah.
But I'm cool. Like, I like this style.
She's brought
and
her
it's
own.
a purple wall. That's like my favorite color too. And all the studio colors are my favorite colors.
I'll be honest. She has brought a lot of flair to the studio and done lots of sprucing up and just our new decals on the front window, and she has done a lot. So.
And I'll tell you what, I can't remember like how many months it's been, but it's only been maybe 4 or 5 months since she.
April.
April.
Yeah,
right?
it was when we moved in. Yeah.
But the place used to be like a truck washing place, and then when I first walked in there, I was like, "Oh my god, this place is so big."
Yeah.
I was thinking they'll never fill all this space up.
We did.
But months later, you walk in there now, and you can just see here to the video that here's Shane walking through, and there's a back room for makeup.
Yep.
And then a nice waiting room.
Yep.
And then they're about to go into the big studio area here, and I mean, just JT, your husband, has been building sets nonstop.
Yeah, he's a rock star, really. If it wasn't for him, I'm not quite sure where I would be in life in general. So
And
he's great.
And just pause it here. This is one of the most exciting things that's going to happen is the new podcast studio where Anton Larry from Soldier Blood Entertainment is going to be
Soldier by Blood. Mm-hmm.
Soldier by Blood. Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But he's going to be doing a lot of podcasts out there.
Yes.
Plus, we have other podcasts going to go
Yes,
on
yes.
here.
And shout out to Rena Phoenix. She's also going to be hosting the studio podcast, which we're still trying to think of a name. You know, it's going to be everything related to the studio and happenings, and you know, we may bring models on and talk model genre. We may bring makeup. You know, so it's going to be just everything related to studio stuff. I just can't think of a catchy name, and people are giving me lots of newsy names. You know, like SI Insider, and those sound cool, but I don't know, they sound
Still
very
say go
newsy.
with Bill Nye. The Bill Nye take.
Well, if you're watching out
Yes.
there, folks, and you leave a comment right now if you have
Yes.
a good name. If they use the name, they might send you a gift basket. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll bring you on, and you can be a guest on the show if we pick your name. So
But that's very exciting. So that's other things.
So yeah, that's exciting. We just bought microphones, so we are
really? Oh,
we
cool.
just got microphones set up. So we'll have the whole setup where literally, if you want to do your own podcast, you know, you just bring yourselves and your
Oh,
guests
well,
in,
that's
and
great,
you'll be
yeah.
able to host your own show out of there and all that good stuff. Yeah, so
That's
that's
awesome.
coming. That's exciting.
People are going to be giving me a run for my money. That's fine.
I know.
So I think it's moving, but yeah, just has a TV so you can
Yep.
play clips and log onto the internet and show clips of what you're talking about. And Shane's face, if you don't have audio on, it's just kind of fun to watch. But that background, talk about this. It was I guess AG came up with the
Yep.
concept of 4 walls.
Yep. We call it the photo quad, and so it's just really, literally, it is what its namesake is. It's four cornered walls, 45, or I'm sorry, am I saying 45, 90 degree, 40, anyway, they're angled together, so it basically makes a giant X. And each wall is kind of different. We have, 2 4-foot walls, the same color on one side, 2 4-foot colors on the other side, and then 2 quarters will be different. So it just kind of gives you a lazy Susan of sorts,
Right.
a variety of different backgrounds.
And here it is. So they can, they can change the color if you need to.
Yeah, so every couple months, and of course this all is done and finished. So we're gonna post new videos once it's completely. We're finishing one more wall, and I think that's it, and we're done.
Paint it white. Right
She was
now.
literally taping it right before we came here, but and we'll post videos. But it's it just gives you an option to have lots of different backgrounds. We're going to be using that for like some different networking nights and events and things like that as well.
And what's neat about it is it's on wheels, so if
Yep.
you have your lighting set up on one side, you don't have to like change your lights.
Yeah. You can
It's
just kind of roll it around.
So rotate it around, which is
if that's easier
more
for sure.
more convenient. And
Yep, absolutely.
some of the other walls on the other side we're about to walk into, you got the what's the
They're called the high key and low key.
high key and low key.
Yeah.
So-
High key and low key, and of course one's white, one's black, and it's just their namesake. One is bright, one is dark, and you kind of get pictures, bright and dark.
Yeah, so
Which is we're also excuse me. That's one of our workshop this month is the low key lighting course. So we're teaching how to light subjects on black against dark backgrounds, and as opposed to last month we did high key, against the white. So totally different lighting setups, totally different the ways to shoot, and so
it's definitely I think I have a harder time with the white background. How about you guys?
blowing
It's
out.
hard to get that white behind them. It's hard to get that 255. Or,
For it to be like not so blown out. That's the hard thing. Everything reflects in that white. You don't need any reflectors. I use one light in that white pit and I'm good.
This is a neat room here. So
Yep.
if you have the meeting room where just
And this is something we rent out too. So, if you need a space to do a quick meeting, the TV hooks to your laptop, and there's Bluetooth in there if you want to show photos and stuff like that. So,
I do like the purple and the the gray.
it looks good together. I think it's good.
Yeah. And then behind you right there are cages where
Yep.
people can lock up their stuff. If need
Yep.
be.
So photography and audio members will have the opportunity to have their own personal storage locker.
And this is another sound.
Yep. So
recording
this is the
area.
Beat Suite, is what this is called. So engineers that make beats and things like that will be utilizing that space. We also will be doing like guitar and drum lessons and different things like that, offering those in there as well.
Can you guys play music at all?
I used to play the clarinet up until I was in
clarinet?
8th grade. Yeah.
I literally played the clarinet till about the same
Shut
time
up.
too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that till just now.
And everything.
You were in school
Me
band?
too, same.
And I tried taking guitar lessons. I only learned like one song from Juno.
I can play like the stupid cliche songs on the
Oh,
piano.
Smoke on the Water?
Yeah, like
or,
the, you know,
Fur
the,
Elise.
yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
the-
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah.
I learned that one too on piano.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated, especially with what Roy's doing, just the different
Yes.
musicians and stuff. It's always fast. That's why
It's
I love having
crazy.
musicians on, because
Oh, no.
I can't do it.
You're
So
right,
it's like-
same. It's interesting.
And so it's interesting to me,
Yes.
kind of like,
Yeah, they jam it.
agree.
I can hear them like doing their practice, you know, because we do rehearsal space, so those guys are out practicing, and sometimes I'll just go sit and kind of watch and listen. And for me, it's like, how do your fingers move? Like, I don't know, I can't.
I'm not that coordinated. I can't do two things at once. I can barely walk and chew
Same.
gum. You know,
It's almost like patting your head and rubbing your.
yeah. I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. But this is a huge room here,
Yeah, so this is the new recording studio. So
and there it is. Those guys at work.
Yep. Yep,
Great
yep.
painting with the brick. Is that you?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
me.
that's
Roy
nice.
helped on the second coat.
Yeah.
On the second
in
coat?
some of the taping.
Yeah.
He complained the whole time, but he helped.
I can see that. I can see that.
I just
complained
every
the
time
whole
he complained,
time.
I was like, okay, we'll just continue taping, and he just continued taping.
Yeah, that room is so big. We were like, gosh, what can we do to just make it where you walk in, it's like, wow, this is cool. And we just, that brick, I've been
that
honest
wasn't
with you.
even the original idea.
No, it
either.
wasn't.
I just kind of took it a whole like
Yeah.
it's still like similar to the same
yeah.
direction, but like
Yeah,
it
for
was supposed to be purple and black stripes. But I was like, ooh, let's throw in the silver.
Yeah, it
reflecting.
looked great.
That
yeah.
reminds me of retro. I was thinking Super Mario.
It did
when I
remind me
saw
of
it.
Mario Brothers,
It
yeah.
did yeah.
Since we moved in that space, I've wanted to paint those bricks, like just do random different colors and make it like a very rainbowy wall just for the effect of, you know, just the aesthetic of the room. So when I said that I wanted to paint them like that, they kind of all were like, oh, we should do this and this. And I'm like, yes, that's so cool. So
The taping took the
we got it
longest.
done pretty quick, yeah.
And what's amazing too is you guys are, you know, you're helping teach people too. So you're doing classes, and
Yep.
so here's some of the classes that, you know, I think we talked about this. Well, you
Yeah.
you mentioned
this
it,
is the
but
low-key lighting
but
class.
this is like the price, and yeah.
And so these are taught by A.G. Shaw with Metro Phototainment. He's our in-house instructor, in-house photo studio manager. So he takes over, you know, those types of things. So he'll be teaching the classes. What's neat is he provides the lighting. He'll bring several different types of lighting and all different you know, brands, so that there's a range of prices as well. So he can show you, you know, just different setups and different options for you to buy, which I think is what he did with you when you
Yeah,
guys
when I
did
got
one of
my
your
lighting.
first practice sessions. And so he'll do that with them. And then an hour of teaching. We provide the model. We provide a take home, you know, book so you can take it home and practice it and utilize it at other places. And then we also will give away a free studio rental to one of the class participants at each class. So we'll do like a drawing at the end. But 1 hour learning, 1 hour shooting, so you'll get some shots from it as well.
And some other things you're doing networking nights as well.
Yep. Yeah. So networking nights we will do once a month, and it's just a $5 charge. And this is just so that we can, you know, make sure there's snacks and things like that is really all we're paying for with that. And you just bring your business cards, bring your flyers, bring, you know, you want to set your computer up and play promos for people and show them different things like that. This is going to be for any creative people. I mean, artists, you know, bands and photographers and models and you know, anybody in that genre and those fields. That's who it'll be for. Yeah.
And just talk about your role with Soulful Illusion Studios, that you're doing a lot of the promos and the management, and kind of talk about what all the hats that you wear.
I mean, I wear a lot of hats, mostly beanies.
I like that hat you have
Mostly
on.
beanies.
Yeah, yes.
Beanies is my signature look.
I was going to pull that. Yeah, say that.
But no, executive studio assistant is my title.
Okay.
So I essentially I help with the booking, I help with tours, I help sprucing the place up. I do a lot of vinyls. I cut vinyls, I make flyers. I help hand stuff out. Even when I'm not here, I put flyers up other places too.
Yep.
So it's like I just try to get the word out there, and then
And you're doing
and I also have been helping with the painting because I just like to paint.
Right. Yeah.
And then the promos that I thought one talk was there going to be like a photo of the month that you're going to have a kind of with some of the members, right?
Yeah, so already in-house, we do like a photo member of the month, where 1 month I'll just pick a member that I feel like has, this month they really have just been working and in the studio practicing and perfecting their craft. And so we will showcase them, within the studio on the board and one of their photos. And, we'll take the liberty of them sending us the photo and we'll print it and pay for it and then they can have it back after. But and aside from that, though, I would like to, and this is something that not maybe in August or September, maybe October, but we would like to start doing, photo contests where people can enter photos, and we may do, themes, or we may just do an open thing where you submit and there'll be prize for the winner and things like that. So, but all those types of things are, coming, I think.
Right. It's all,
it's all in the mix. So those are all, baby steps.
Right. I had a big idea, and then but you can't do it all at once.
Yes.
Folks. You got to kind of do one little thing and kind of build the things.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like for me, having that marketing background, you've always been taught that, don't take any offense because I'm a human too, but humans are real dumb, so they just can't take on too much information at one time. So it's so if you're constantly this and this and we're doing this and this, people are like, wait, hang on, I get confused. I thought it was this and I don't know what.
Right.
What. So you confuse people if you put out everything all at once. So
yeah.
I mean, once we really get on track with the the networking nights and the classes, all those things will be recurring monthly. So it'll kind of be like, the same, let's say the same first of the month or whatever.
Right.
People will just know and they'll
get that rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the goal ultimately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I think we hit everything on Soulful Illusions. Let's talk about your photography and just let's pull up your site here and then just
okay. I'm so nervous.
She just did those.
She just did these of Mr. DJ Lightbug.
Yeah, so with audio memberships that we offer, EPK is a part of that. So we provide a monthly updated EPK. So photo day was yesterday for those guys, and so she got to take their pictures. So she did great.
And he was really fun to work with. Yeah. It was a goofy thing.
You got the smoke machine going on.
Yeah.
So
that's actually him right there.
Yeah.
His little profile picture right there.
That's funny.
Let's see what else. Oh, shoot.
Whoop.
I know. Everybody cut off don't confuse the audio. What the music, I forgot to touch base upon that. I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's
so the musicians, they get so many hours. Talk about what it's like to be a musician.
Yeah. So we offer a couple different things. So we will offer bands, if they need, some bands just need a space to rehearse, with a space big enough where they can bring their equipment in. And that's a great picture.
I mean, I do love food.
Yep. That's what she said. I love food. AD asked her if aren't you going to put the sandwich down?
No.
But yeah, the audio memberships, they will get 4 hours.
Do you have a site where you have your
I don't have, so I had to re-update my Facebook after my other one.
Okay, because I was like,
but my site is alienatedphotos.com.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll put a link on. So there's some photos of.
I do also have a Facebook page as well. It's Alienated Photos too.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But those pictures of me too, those are the walls that are finished too on the photo quad.
ATED.
Spell it for me.
ATED.
Wait.
Oh, no, you're right. Yep.
Oh,
Alien. ATED.
Right here.
Photos and creations, both are me.
Okay.
This one is like stuff I do outside of photos. So like if I were to take photos of you guys, I can put it on like a t-shirt, koozie, all sorts of things. I make necklaces and stuff.
Oh, those are cool.
She made me a cute little keychain of me
nice.
and JT at the grand opening. It was cute.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's like,
oh, that's my shirt.
Yeah.
I do like a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, those are little boxes people like. They're little smoking friendly boxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Smoke friendly boxes.
Yeah,
you could use those for business cards too, folks.
Yeah.
You could. They're that size.
And these are like little wood burning pins that I use.
So what, are you putting something on there first to kind of like...
Yeah, so it's a scorch pin. You put it on there with vinyl, you peel it, and then you apply heat, and it
the heat
burns
guy.
it into it.
Oh,
nice. That's cool.
Oh, that is neat. That is neat.
She's so crafty. Like really, this job ended up being so perfect for her because she is
get to
able to.
craft.
Yeah, she's able to do all of our stuff like that.
And you can
The
even do
inappropriate ones.
glass cutting.
Glass etching, yes.
Etching, that's it. Yeah.
It's an office quote. And like I do like little epoxy resin stuff too. Like that's an ashtray. Yeah. I do little custom teddy bears with shirts to match.
Man, you can do.
These are ones my
Jeez,
mom
I
actually.
thought
My
it-
mom made these.
little boxes to put stuff in.
Yeah.
Stash box.
Self-defense molds here.
Yep.
I wouldn't
And I
want
do custom candles too.
yeah,
Very
that cat would hurt you.
And then you got the inappropriate tray molds.
Okay, I was like, I know that looks like a coffin, but the other thing looks like okay.
And those are also those are mini versions of that coffin.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I try to offer different versions of things.
Make your Ouija boards. Wow, you do all kinds of things. This is
She's pretty talented.
Yeah.
Like her. She's so crafty.
I love crafts.
Yeah,
They're my happy medium.
she fell in really great.
oh, we were talking about the music.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick,
so audio memberships. They are we offer $300 a month currently. Okay, starting the first of the year that is going to go up. So you get it on the promotional price now, you'll be lucky. But and then you get 4 hours a week rehearsal time in the studio. So you'll get to book the film stage and use it to rehearse, and you will get a storage locker. You will get 4 hours a month recording time with Roy or the on-site engineer. And then you will get a monthly updated EPK with photos, interview with, I think, either you or
Yeah, I'll do it,
Antoine.
yeah.
And then Kayla is also going to offer them like discounted performance photos. So if they want her to come out to a show and take photos, for their socials or whatever, they're going to do that too. So we're going to also, teach them how to, Roy is very knowledgeable. He's got some people coming in to do some classes on the business side of the artistic industry,
Right.
to help them make sure that they start doing the right things, before they really get started. So
Right.
that way they continue to do the right things.
So if somebody was wanting to get an album, so they get the whole thing. They get the photographers, they get
Mm-hmm.
the photos, they get the audio recording. So it's a great
literally.
stop.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and what's cool is it's not just, come here and you can get all these things, but it's more like, I feel like for me, I want it to be an atmosphere where we are teaching and helping and passing on the knowledge. And,
Right.
and for me, mentoring is a huge passion. So I love to mentor young women, and I grew up with a super strong support system, females wise, but I know a lot of girls didn't. So I love doing that, and I know a lot of other people on our team just want to give back the knowledge that they have, because we have so much of it between everybody that's there. So
Well, it's a great just place to develop. If you're a model or a musician or a starting photographer or even professional photographer.
Yep.
It's so much stuff that you just to offer.
Yeah.
Here's some photos that you've done, which I didn't. I knew you're a photographer, but man, I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were this good. I was like,
So my jam is high school seniors, branding, photos. I really like to do maternity, so that's kind of my niche. But my big thing, my jam is high school seniors. That's where I have the most fun, and I feel like I can be the most creative. They're usually the most up to date with all the up to date fashion and all those types of trends. So it just makes for a very cool experience. Very very cool photos. So.
this is a
That's
model,
Katie.
I think she's going to be on next week.
Okay,
on
cool.
here, so.
Yeah, Katie is actually a studio ambassador as well. So those are things that we offer to people, in the creative world. If you feel like,
Now, how does that work to be an ambassador?
so it's pretty simple. Unlike some ambassadorships, our ambassadorship, you actually get the opportunity to be paid. So some are just, ambassador for us and you get like free stuff. And
Right.
so Katie kind of serves two roles. She's an ambassador and she's also a studio model, meaning that if we need models for classes or promo, like for instance that wall, the picture you just saw, I really wanted to get a picture out about it, and so she's there to do those types of things. In return, of course, she is getting all those photos as well for her portfolio, but she also is able to refer clients to us for studio rentals or memberships or whatever, and she gets a referral bonus or referral, fee paid out first of every month for the month prior. So,
well, these are amazing photos right here. Look at this. This is
Bailey. I actually mentor her as well. She was in my KP project, my very first season of the KP project. So.
Does your kids like you taking pictures of them all the time?
My youngest used to, like, he used to just want me to take him when I very first opened the studio. Especially, he would come in. He thought it was just so cool to take pictures. But now, and I mean, I think my whole family hates me because we do updated family photos twice a year, and I usually am the one taking them. I just do them with a trigger and set everything up, and right. So they just despise me sometimes when we do it because we do it a lot. So yeah, so not anymore. My oldest son, I'll be honest with you, he graduated in May, and I still have yet to be able to do his cap and gown pictures.
Really?
Yeah, I guess he's just so busy, and he just really is not. He doesn't care. He doesn't really want pictures. So we'll maybe get one before he leaves for college, and just so I have one.
One of the things you do to give back to the community, I was at Soulful Illusions like during the winter, and you had a bunch of people there, and you guys went and took these signs right here, right? And it's called, is this it right here we're watching?
Yep. So it's called Be a Good Human. You can actually watch the video. I believe it's on our website because we did make a promo video. This was something that we did originally with Rebellious Productions. This is something we're going to continue to do in the community in the coming months as well. But we, going through what the world is going through right now, I feel like as adults, we are expecting things to change and expecting people to do things different and expecting kids to, do this and do that. But where are they learning their behavior from? They're learning it from us. And so, as adults, I just feel like it's our responsibility to be kind and show them that, right there it is. Yep. Just show them that being kind can be fun, being kind can be cool, and that, no matter where you are, somebody's always watching what you're doing, and your actions are always going to speak no matter what. So, and that's something that we're going to do every month, and just kind of hit up different communities and take these kids with signs and do pictures and videos. And
let's see if we got audio here, folks.
In a project by Soulful Illusion Studios, in association with Rebellious Productions, we are encouraging you to celebrate each other. Our differences are what make us unique. When you think about giving up or doing something that would negatively impact another, let's remember who's watching. As adults, it's our responsibility to show the younger generations that kindness is the new cool. So we challenge you, starting today, to one act of random kindness, because sometimes we could all use a reminder to be a good human.
So yeah, each one of those kids that day, before we went out and got to have fun, we just kind of sat and had a little 30-minute conversation, and they each with their parents present, because they were all, of course, middle school age kids. These kids were, and they signed a Be Kind agreement, right, where they agreed to go throughout their lives and be kind to people and lots of other things that were on there. But yeah,
That's awesome.
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's a great thing. And
Yeah, and we're going to do that. The goal is to do that at least every 3 months, where we pick a group of different kids every month, and we, provide their shirts and bring them in and do the same thing, and then we'll go to different areas and different neighborhoods, and it was kind of cool. The cars driving by, the cars honking, and people stopping and talking to us and the kids, and it was a really, really great experience. So.
I don't mean to always make you cry when you
No,
come on
I
the
know.
podcast.
I'm a big crybaby. Everybody that knows me knows that. It's okay. It's all right.
Well, this is
It's a
very
good cry.
exciting. So, I'm trying to think what else we want to touch base on. So, Forever Famous Memories is your photography company. And
Yep.
Here's some photos here.
I'm, of course, hitting school starting back. So I'm about to be super, super slammed with high school seniors. So if you want on my calendar, I would suggest doing it very quickly because I will fill it pretty quick. So.
And then just touch base on the haunted houses that you guys do.
Yeah.
So then you're going to be busy in October, too.
Yes.
So you got some busy.
Yeah, so my kids barely see me, and my kids play football. So, September, October, beginning of November, we are like nearly existent to the world because of all the different things that we're involved in between work and of course that's when it starts to get cold. So the studio starts to also get busier,
Right.
and then of course high school senior season for me, and then football, and then always at the haunt on the weekends. So football during the day and haunted house at night. It's fun though.
And then to go back with on Soulful Illusion Studios, how many memberships are still available? Are there?
So as far as photography memberships, currently we have, I think, 4 open, and those, like I said, come when it gets cold, those are going to be gone. I mean, almost immediately. They'll be gone pretty quick. And then audio memberships, we have currently 2, and we're going to offer 10 of those as well. So we have 8 left.
8 left. Okay.
Yep.
So
It's exciting.
Anything else? How do they get a hold of you about your stuff that you make?
You can just
contact-
message me on Facebook. Message me. I guess met Facebook.
Yeah.
Probably the best way about
Best
it.
way. Okay.
Because I have this, and then I have my photo stuff, and they both just connect to the same inbox for me.
Okay.
I just connected them.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
And
well,
she's great at what she does. Very great.
She is. She's very sweet too. She's very nice.
When her internship was coming to an end, I was getting very, very sad, but things worked out, and I was able to work her into being the executive assistant, and she's the receptionist, so she's there for business hours, walk-in tours and things like that during the week. So it was a tremendous
And it
help
works
to
out
us.
for me, too. Because I was thinking about getting my own studio. I'm like, well, I'm already here.
Yeah.
And I ended up fitting in very well. It's like a little family there.
Yeah.
So
and that's-
accepting of me.
Yes.
We are. We love
And now
her.
Roy's like my morning buddy.
Great.
All the shenanigans.
Does he
that's
bring
just
you
it.
coffee? Does he bring you coffee?
No, but yesterday he did get me snarfs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
But I bring snacks, and he likes to eat those, so.
He does
it's
eat her
even.
snacks all the time.
So does JT, don't be fooled.
Oh, no, I know.
Found 10 minutes
You're
worth
going to
of
tell me
tape.
nothing. Yes, I know.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
And then I'll be down there a lot of times.
I was going to say, Matt's going to be doing a lot of shows there, too. So we're really excited.
So
Get some
excited.
headshots of you next.
That's right.
Okay. You know Photoshop really well, right? I'm just kidding.
I mean, I can learn it if you really want me to.
Well, with this face, you're going to need to learn it. So, I'm just
That's
kidding.
funny.
So,
Oh, my gosh.
all right. Well, thank you guys.
Yep.
All right. And, so check them out. So, and we are.
Thanks.
Go dummy, go beast on 'em. I go beast, go deep, I OD on 'em. Apply pressure, put heat on 'em. Put that 500 on 'em. Countdown, levitate, going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate, on time, never late. I grind, celebrate, no pump fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day, champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now I'm stepping up to home. Like straight out the stand lot, now I'm plotting on the globe. Bye.